Today, Mommy and
Ava
are back reading Richard Scarry, The Animals' Merry Christmas, featuring 21 stories by Katherine Jackson.
And we're on the 10th and the 11th.
Yes.
Now I can't hold up any more fingers. Or I could just start doing this again.
So, as Ava said, we are reading the 10th story and the 11th because the 11th one is very small. Some of the stories are very short.
I thought there was anchovies on the tree. Oh. There.
So this story is called Mr. Lion's Plum Pudding. And I really like this story. I think it's adorable.
Me too, but there's only one that's my favorite.
Mr. Lion read his letter over and over. Well, well, he declared at last. That's the finest thing I've ever heard.
What is?
Asked Mrs. Lion. My cousin Barnaby, you remember him, my dear. He was, captured and kindly consented to go to America to live in a zoo. Well, my dear, he says here that in America they have Christmas. Sounds like a most wonderful kind of day, full of presents and snow and candles and candies and cookies. And probably the best part of all is the last, which is called plum pudding.
What won't they think of next?
Said Mrs. Lion in a sort of faraway voice because she was busily cleaning the kitchen. Grunted Mr. Lion, reading his letter just once more. Then he folded it neatly, put it on the shelf, and rubbed his chin. Mrs. Lion, he said. Mrs. Lion, we are going to have Christmas.
But I'm just finishing spring house cleaning,
cried Mrs. Lion. Never mind that, her husband said, and he began at once to make his plans for Christmas. Snow we can't have, he decided. Presents are out because I spent my allowance on a beaver hat.
What?
Candles and candies and cookies sound lovely, except that I don't know what they are. But plum pudding, now, plum pudding we shall have. He opened the cupboards and pulled out bowls. He went to the flour bin and measured flour, spilling it in drifts from one end of the kitchen to the other. Mrs. Lion grumbled, but Mr. Lion only laughed. Looks like snow, he said. Leave it there. He stewed plums with sugar until they boiled all over the stove. Then he chopped a bowl of nuts so vigorously that they bounced about the house like popcorn.
Oh, dear.
Sighed Mrs. Lion.
Oh, dear.
Now for the suet, cried Mr. Lion. He took a large chunk from the refrigerator and mixed it with the other good things. He added more sugar and pinches of spice and handfuls of raisins, and he worked the whole thing into a round, sticky, slippery ball with his paws that looked like so much fun that Mrs. Lion had to try it too. She reached for the pudding, and it slid out of Mr. Lion's paws and out of her paws. Mr. Lion's plum pudding rolled round and round the kitchen, picking up sugar and nuts and flour and raisins as it went. At last, it stopped in the corner. Looks ready to cook, grinned Mr. Lion. He wrapped the pudding in one of his wife's best napkins, and since he had to go to the linen closet for that, there were floury tracks all through the house. And there's the picture of him boiling the plums, and they're spilling everywhere, and he's hitting the the nuts. He's cracking them open, but he also dropped eggs. Do you see this? He's making quite the mess.
Yeah.
And she's over here like, I just cleaned. And there's the sugar that he was like, oh, it looks like snow, and the flour that fell.
Well, she's going to have to do a bunch of cleaning.
But before long, Mr. Lion's pudding was steaming. Before long, Mr. and Mrs. Lion's house smelled richly of spices and plums and sugar. Several friends, Mr. and Mrs. Camel, Grandfather Bear, and Trump, the youngest elephant, dropped in unexpectedly. "How nice to see you!" cried Mr. Lion. "How did you happen to come?"
Just followed our noses.
Grinned Trump, and his long nose certainly was pointing straight at the pudding.
The pudding.
Mrs. Lion said.
I do believe it's done.
She put it on the table, roly-poly and steaming, and set about with juicy raisins and plums. Mr. Lion stuck a red flower in the center to serve as holly, and everyone sat down to eat. "A Merry Christmas to all!" cried Mr. Lion. All his friends bowed and said Merry Christmas too. And that plum pudding was so delicious that even Mrs. Lion forgot the fuss and bother it had made in her spring-cleaned house. So see, she said it was worth it. She did say later,
Nice as Christmas is, Mrs. Camel. I'm glad it comes only once a year.
"Not here," said her husband. "No, indeed. I'm going to find out all about candles and candies and cookies from Barnaby. And then we'll have Christmas once every month at the very least." Wow. Oh, boy. I'm kind of with, his wife here. I love Christmas, but I'm glad it comes once a year.
Plum pudding.
That plum pudding looks so good. We got one. We have a plum pudding.
We do?
Yep, we do.
I want to eat it.
So we're going to go ahead and read the little short story here.
Surprise.
And which one did you say this is? Which short story?
It's like a cookie surprise. It's called
It
Surprise.
is, but what number is the story? Are we
11.
reading? So we're reading number 11. This one's called Surprise.
That looks like Mr. Lion, Mrs. Lion. I don't think it looks like anyone there.
I don't think there was a monkey, was there?
No, I guess. And here's like the camel.
Huh.
And there's no horse either.
Well, maybe it's not even related to them. Maybe the story's just separate. Anyway, we're reading this one called Surprise. The pony was green.
It's as true as can be.
The camel was purple.
A strange sight to see.
A sugar-white panther, who looked rather pale, was resting his paws on a blue monkey's tail. The lion was yellow, as fierce as can be.
I'll eat you all up in a 1, 2, and 3.
He growled at the others, but quicker than scat, somebody said,
Cookies! And frosted at that.
Somebody said,
Yummy.
and reached out a hand and gobbled the lion, who tasted just grand. He was gone in a wink,
Which is half of a look.
and nobody missed him.
Not even the cook.
He
He looks full right there.
They're cute cookies. Anyway, that's the end. And thank you to everyone who stayed for the reading of Richard Scarry, The Animals' Merry Christmas.